Many of you don't even realize that the things that are consistently on your social media, let's say you go check your For You page on whatever social media you normally view, that's exactly what you're manifesting. That's exactly what you view as important enough to spend your energy watching. And therefore, that's what you're manifesting, whether it be you're manifesting watching more of whatever it is that you're consuming, or maybe you're bringing that into your life, right? It depends on how many different kind of subjects you watch, right? Now, I know this better than many people do personally. You see, I grew up on social media. I believe it was before fifth grade and mainly after fifth grade, being 10, 12 years old. I spent a ton of time on social media, watching, consuming, like not creating really, just consuming. And it came to a point where I realized how much I was consuming that wasn't valuable, that wasn't worthwhile, that was just draining my energy. Right? I didn't realize it like I know now, the depth of that statement. But I began to see what was really going on. I began to see how much time I was really spending watching 100 different like understandings of something, or different like topics, and how 90% of which had no real relevance to my life. Right? Like, well, what do I look like spending 3 hours or even an hour or even 30 minutes on some funny videos that provide no value to my life? That's just not something that I deem worthwhile. If you deem it worthwhile and you fit it into your schedule and it makes sense and it doesn't take away from the things that you'd like to be progressing in, then that's you. But what I'm saying is refrain from allowing just about anything onto your social media. Control what it is you do consume, because many people, what's the doom scrolling, right? That's a very commonly known phrase nowadays. And it's because it's so easy just to scroll for hours. And what happens afterwards? You feel like shit. Your dopamine is fried. You feel no motivation to do anything else because you've basically just given your brain's reward system an immaculate amount of rewarding with nothing really being done at all. Like that system that you're rewarding, that you're feeding, is the same system that helped us build pyramids, or without getting into the craziness behind that. It's the same system that helps us build, cities and infrastructure nowadays. It's the same system that helps us develop, our bodies and our minds in these extraordinary ways. Yet you're using it to watch videos of cats or something funny, or 100 different things. You're using that system and sending it into overdrive for nothing that's important, just entertainment, purely entertainment purposes. Okay. So think about that. There's some very deep videos on that. Dr. Huberman talks a lot about that. Check it out, right? What I'm talking about in particular is how if you were to go look at your social media and see your recommended things, that's all of which what you are manifesting and believe to be worthwhile of your time, right? You believe these things to be worthwhile of your time. You give pieces of your wholeness to these things that you're watching. And so if you're not wary of this, if you aren't selective in what you're giving this attention to, well, you're just sending that many more mixed signals into the universe and creating a confusing state of being for yourself, a confusing state of action. So take a step back from it. If you have to do a detox, so to say, and delete all the social medias for a week, do it. At least maybe that's too much for you. Slow down on how much you consume. If you're consuming 3 hours a day, go to 2. Start slow, and reward yourself for doing better. All right. Anyways, guys, I'll go deeper on this another day. I love you. Let's go.